Hi, good morning and welcome to the show. Well, I don't know if it's morning where you are. It's morning where I am. Either way, I hope that you're doing well. If you're new around here, I just want you to know that I appreciate you being here. I really do. I tend to do a lot of daily vlogging on this channel, so this sit down stuff may be a little bit different than normal, but I love to create just about any type of video. I love short films, I love vlogs, I love the sit down stuff, and just getting to share my journey and everything that I'm learning with you is something that I really, really love to do. First things first, for context, I work for a video production company called Scaling Creative. We do a ton of corporate work. We also have a wedding side of what we do, and that's called 4LC Studios. So they're two separate companies, but they're owned by the same owner. And so yesterday we had a wedding and I was the second shooter and I did a groom prep. But I figured how fun would it be if I brought you all the way back to April 22nd of 2017 and I showed you my groom prep of that day, my first ever groom prep. So it's gonna be interesting and quite embarrassing, honestly. But either way, I figured it'd be fun to show you the growth and show you, kind of talk through the shots and kind of compare to what it used to look like to what I currently can do with a camera, and I don't know, hopefully it's helpful in some way. But let me remind you, there's a ton of stuff from the entire day that I'd love to share with you and talk you through, but today I wanna just keep it to groom prep. I'm just comparing the two groom preps from 2 years and 2 months apart. And I don't know, maybe like 40 to 50 weddings, somewhere in there. Oh, and last thing I want you to know is I shot everything in my first prep in 2017 on a Sony a7S II, if I'm not mistaken. I completely forget lenses, so don't even. And then I shot everything yesterday and since then basically with a Lumix GH5. Yeah, one more thing. It's important that you know that every bit of film that you see in this video from the weddings is completely out of camera. They're not touched, nothing like that. And we did not deliver them this way either. Every single clip that's ever in any film out from our company will be touched by a colorist, which is usually me. Fix the color and then we will LUT and grade everything. So just want to make sure that you understood that distinction. This is straight out of camera, raw footage. Oh, and in case I'm looking down, I have my laptop here with the project on it. So I just kind of want to look through the shots so I know what I'm talking about. The first thing I like to do when I get to a prep is I like to get like some establishing type shots. I like to include outdoor yet also indoor. And when I found out that we were in a hotel yesterday, there wasn't really like a ton of outdoor stuff that I like to get because, like, I don't know, filming a hotel is just kind of weird. Unless it's like a really pretty one or whatever, but when it's like your typical, it's not fun to film establishers of like a place like that. So the least that I could do yesterday was get some establishers of the location inside. And so as you can see, I have a couple wide shots here of the guys kind of hanging out, getting ready. But I do like to get different types of stuff. So as you can see, I got the wide shot here, but I like to also get some tight stuff of them talking. A lot of the times they're gonna be drinking, so I try not to show too much of that just in case, you know, they don't wanna see that in the film or whatever. But, you know, every once in a while, just get some smiles, get some laughing, interactions, that kind of thing. So that was yesterday's. Brace yourself, because I'm gonna show you 2017 right here. So this was the guys talking. As you can see, I had no idea what white balance was. It's horrible. It was so bad. The joke actually that Scott said was he was actually reviewing my footage back in 2017 after this film, and that week he brought me over to his computer and he said, "Pablo, did you do Blue Man Group's groom prep?" Because it was so blue. Oh gosh, it was bad, it was real bad. So anyway, I don't have a ton of establishing shots from back then because clearly I wasn't thinking. I was probably nervous. It was my first time doing it and I didn't have Scott around to ask questions. And also, to be honest with you, the groom in this specific wedding, I don't wanna say anything like that, but he wasn't very into it. And so I didn't feel, on top of that, it was my first one, so I didn't feel very comfortable at all. So I kind of just shot what I could. So yeah, establishing shots, super important, just kind of setting the scene, showing people where you are. Now, let's jump into the prep. So first I'll show you 2017, 2 years ago. This was kind of the shot that I had for the guy getting ready. As you can see, he's getting his jacket on here, he's getting his buttons on. The one thing that I did appreciate that I thought to do was I had a wider shot of him getting his buttons on here, but then I had a closer up shot of him doing that, and I probably asked him to do that twice. So that's actually something that I'm surprised that I thought to do, but it's very important that you do that, so you can kind of get a nice sequence going of shots. Now, fast forward to 2019, yesterday's wedding, I had a lot more details of shots going in. So we started things off with shoes, So I like to get a bunch of different angles of that. I usually get one head-on shot like this. I like to get one from above, kind of like this. After that, we jump to the different accessories. So I have a shot of him getting his watch on. I have a shot of him getting his tie on. Try to get that from a couple different angles if I can. And then we moved over to the jacket. I also make him do this twice. Well, I don't make him, I ask him if we can do it twice, just because I like to get two different angles. One that's a little bit wider, and then one that's a little bit tighter, and then one that's even tighter on the button as he's getting it closed up there. So it's something that I've learned how to do, but it's taken me a while. Again, we were in a hotel here, so this wasn't like my favorite prep. It wasn't like the most beautiful looking place or anything like that, but either way, the goal is to find a window to get natural light and to make sure skin tone is looking good in camera so that you have the best chance in post to be able to succeed in your color. I'm a colorist. I do almost all our color for our entire company, and it's something that really is important to me, and I'm learning that instead of fix it in post. I don't really like that term, because with video you shouldn't have to like really, I mean, you can fix things, but you shouldn't have to like rely on, I'll fix it in post. You should try and get the best result straight out of camera so that when you do bring it to post, all you're doing is final little touches and tweaks, and your footage should just look great to begin with. So that's kind of what I was going for here. So let's go back to 2017. As you can see here, I was trying to go for some detail shots of his coat. He had an awesome jacket, and I wanted to make sure I captured that. And so as you can see here, I was doing that, but then I didn't really think to do anything else. I kind of was, I guess, nervous or whatever, so I didn't get to do that. So I ended up getting shots yesterday of more of the details of like his shoes, a couple shots of the stuff laying out on the bed there from a couple different angles. So yeah, similar to Establishers, it's good to get some detail shots of like accessories and different things. I don't like spend a ton of time on this or overthink it, and there's actually been times where I don't even get to that kind of stuff. I kind of just do the prep alone, because you have to realize as a second shooter, most of the time you're going to be sent to the groom prep. The groom prep is important, but it's not like the main piece of the day. The first shooter is getting the bride prep, which is a lot of the time the more important piece, because that's going to be used a lot through the film, especially to establish the setting of the day. The groom prep is important, but it's not like the craziest, like you need to get every single detail and you can't miss anything. You just need to get a few really good shots of the groom getting ready and his guys together and that kind of thing, because it also helps establish the day. I'm speaking from experience because I edit a lot of the films. It's something that will only be used for a short amount of time in the film. So don't get too worked up. It's something that as long as you get your safe stuff, you will be okay. So remember, this video is just for groom prep. I wanted to take you back to show you how bad I was and to show you everything that I've learned and kind of where I'm at today. If you're interested in seeing a video of how to be a second shooter for the entire day, and I can show you some other angles and different things that I've actually shot, you can head to the video that I'm going to tag here. It should be up here somewhere, but if I can't figure that out, it'll be in the description below, and you can go there and see an entire day from a second shooter's perspective. I did an entire behind the scenes on Wedding Film School, so you can go check that out. Hopefully this was helpful in some way. Quite embarrassing for me, because I can't believe I had that footage and I gave it to Scott like it was a result. It was horrible. But either way, everybody has to learn somewhere and start somewhere, so get out there, start shooting, and I really am appreciative of your time. Like, comment, subscribe, let me know what you'd like to see on this channel, and I definitely will be talking to you soon. See ya.